Hi, in this episode, we're going to discuss the SU command. SU stands for switching user. Linux is built as a multi-user environment, where on one server you can have multiple users. In order to switch from one user to another, you can use the SU command. It also allows you to switch to the root user, that is the highest administrative account on a Linux server, allowing you to make system-level changes to your Linux system. So in this upcoming lab, we're going to discuss how to use the SU command and how to switch to other user accounts in a multi-user environment. Please stay tuned. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the SU command. This is a very helpful command when working in a multi-user environment, meaning my server have multiple users. Let's go ahead and log in and show you how it works. I'm going to open up the terminal shell. So this is that, assuming that you are in a command line environment, SU allows you to switch users. So if there is another user, let's say user Jim, I can switch to the user Jim by typing SU Jim, give that user's password and log in. And now you can see I am now switched users to the user Jim. Now, notice that the location where I've logged in has not changed. If I type pwd, printing my working directory, I'm still logged in home administrator, which was the original working directory. So that SU command doesn't actually bring in my login session all my environment, like my own home directory when switching users. Now, I'm going to type exit and try that SU command again. You can see that I've typed exit and now I have returned to the previous user. This time, let's try that SU command with a dash. Now you can see that Jim is actually logged into this user's full environment. So that dash really brings into that session the user's entire environment. So SU command is to switch users and remembering the dash to bring in your own user environment. Now from Jim, let's go ahead and switch users again. Now there's one user which you might have seen in the past, which is the root user, which is the administrative account on this server. If I need to make any changes to the hard drive or configuration, I have to use root account as that is the most powerful account capable of making the most changes on the server. To switch to the root user, you can simply type su root or just not put any argument after the su command. You can even push the dash argument to log into the root user home directory. But the idea is, if you do not put a username, it is assumed that the user you are trying to use is the root user. So if you do know the root password, you can go ahead and switch to the root user. You can even see the shell prompt changes just to let you know that now you're using a very powerful account capable of changing a lot, but also, destroying the entire server with incorrect usage. Now, one thing to note, which is interesting, as the root user, you can SU and change into any user account without needing a password. All right, you see how that worked? I can switch accounts without needing a password. But if I'm any other user and I switch to a user, I have to put in a password. So that is the one difference. You can see the power of the root account. You can access all other accounts and access any location. So you just have to be careful when using the root account. I hope you've learned something about using SU and the SU dash to be able to switch users and log into another user account. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.